I am 72 years old. 11 weeks ago, I sat in a beige office on a Tuesday afternoon, and a man I have known for 11 years looked at me across a desk and told me, in the careful, measured tone of someone who has delivered this sentence before, that I have 6 months, maybe 8 with treatment. It was not dramatic. No collapsing, no movie moment. Just a Tuesday afternoon in a beige office and a man with kind eyes saying the words. Then I drove home. Past houses I have passed without seeing for 30 years. Through a stretch of trees just before the turn onto my street that were doing something extraordinary with the afternoon light. I had never once noticed those trees. 72 years on this earth. 40 years driving that road, not once. I pulled over, sat there for a long time, engine running, hands on the wheel, not crying, just looking at trees I should have been looking at for 40 years. That was the moment I understood what the diagnosis had actually given me. Not a death sentence, a pair of eyes that finally worked. I want to tell you about the sedative, not a pill. Something older and more efficiently distributed than anything a pharmaceutical company has ever produced. The belief that there is always more time. It lives in you right now. It hums beneath every decision you defer. Every morning you choose the urgent thing over the important thing because the important thing will still be there tomorrow, next month, when things settle down, when I retire, when I finally have the right conditions to begin. That sentence in all its variations is the sedative, and it works because it does not feel like avoidance. It feels like planning. It feels like patience. And patience is a virtue, and virtuous people wait. They wait and they wait and they wait. And the trees keep doing extraordinary things with the afternoon light on roads they drive every single day without stopping. The diagnosis hit the wall at the end of that road. And on the other side of it, in the sudden absence of the sedative, I saw with complete clarity what I had been anesthetized against feeling. The breathtaking weight of everything I had been putting off, not vague ambitions, specific things, nameable things, a brother, a friend, a piano with dust on the keys. I had a list, never written down, carried in my head for decades like instructions I kept meaning to follow. My brother Thomas and I grew up near a gray, windswept stretch of coastline I have not stood on since I was 11. We had been saying we should go back for 20 years, at every Christmas over cold turkey and good wine, a comfortable, repeated intention that neither of us was required to act on. After the diagnosis, I called him, told him I wanted to go now, this month. Thomas has a bad hip. He cannot travel comfortably anymore. The version of two brothers getting in a car and driving to the coast, the way they once walked to it after school. That version required young legs and empty schedules. That version is gone. We deferred past it without noticing. Then there was Daniel, 11 years of friendship starting in college. We fell out over something I can no longer fully reconstruct. I always meant to write to him. A warm, honest letter saying we were important to each other, and I am sorry we let it go to seed. After the diagnosis, I found the last number I had for him. Disconnected. I sent a letter to an old address 3 weeks ago. I have not heard back. Then the piano, an upright in the spare room, bought 12 years ago, $80, never once touched. After the diagnosis, I sat down at it. My hands are 72 years old, stiff, uncooperative. The notes were uncertain and poorly spaced and nothing like the music I had been hearing in my head for 12 years. I sat there for an hour anyway. It was one of the finest hours of my recent life, not because I played well, because I was finally actually there. So here is what I need you to do. Get a piece of paper. Write down every specific thing you have been meaning to do for more than 1 year. The trip with a name attached, the conversation with a face attached, the relationship with a history attached. Write the year you first formed the intention beside each one. Look at those years. Now circle the three that would cause you the most grief if the doctor sat across from you tomorrow. Those three become this month. Then ask yourself the one true question, the only one that matters. If the doctor called you into the beige office tomorrow, 6 months, maybe 8, what would you regret having left undone that you could begin today? Whatever just appeared in your mind when that question landed. That is the most important information you have received today. Do not let the sedative dissolve it before morning. Someday is not a time. It is a place where intentions go to live out their days in comfort, far from the messy business of being acted upon. I spent 72 years making deposits there, fully confident I would go collect them when the conditions aligned. The doctor revoked my citizenship in some day entirely, and what I found on this side of that revocation is both harder and more valuable than anything else I know. Today is enough, not as a consolation prize, as the only place where anything real has ever been built or said or repaired or begun. The piano is not in someday. The coastline is not in someday. Daniel is not in someday. They are here, available, in the present tense, waiting not for perfect conditions, but simply for you to show up with whatever version of yourself is available on this ordinary Tuesday. This version is sufficient. I promise you it is sufficient. Imagine the beige office, the Tuesday afternoon, the kind eyes, the sentence, 6 months, maybe 8. Now work backwards to today. What do you see that you cannot afford to keep driving past? Call the number while it is still connected. Write the letter while the address is still current. Sit at the piano while the hands still move. Drive to the coastline while there is still time to make the journey easy. Do not wait for the diagnosis to make the world vivid. The world is vivid right now. It has been performing this way every single day of your life. The trees on your road have been extraordinary for 40 years. You simply have not pulled over. Pull over today, not tomorrow, not after the quarter closes or the children leave or the conditions finally align. Today, while your someday is still intact, while the coins are still on the table, while there is still enough light left to see the trees.